now that we're talking about kind of creating this rapport before actually officially reaching out to somebody and asking them for something, what are some of the other reasons, aside from not creating that need for reciprocity, that people won't respond to a cold email I sent out?
Because you write it poorly.
Maybe.
So when you go up, this is what I tell people. So if you go up to somebody, if you approach somebody at a bar and you say some, like you say like a couple sentences to somebody of the opposite sex you're attracted to, and they turn you down and they tell you to go away or whatever, they're not judging you, they're judging the three things that you said. And the same thing exists in email. Somebody doesn't know me, they don't know the company that I work for, they don't know all the ways that I can help them out and how I've worked with past partners in the past. The only context they had to judge me from is the 4 to 10 sentences that I've written in an email. So if I can't write effective, and I'll go ahead and debunk like some of the big mistakes that I see with cold emails. The declaration sentence. Somewhere along the way, some sales guru told everyone that they need to start off an email that's by the names, "Hi, my name is Scott, and I do business development for Single Platform. And we've been funded by Series B investors, X, Y, and Z, and people generally love us." And it's like, if you went up to somebody at a bar and declared how awesome you were as the first thing you said, I'd be like, get this tool away from me. I don't want to be your friend. Like, however, if the first thing you say to me is relevant to me and does not seem like something that you've written 500 times, you all of a sudden put yourself into a different bucket of people. So, I never start off an email with, "Hi, my name is, this is what I do, and this is what my company does," because I give people enough credibility that they can scroll down to my email signature, see my title, see the company I work for, see the URL of my email address, and figure out all these things themselves. And I make immediately why I'm reaching out to them incredibly relevant to them. Because the goal of the first sentence of a cold email is to get somebody to read the second sentence. The goal of the second sentence is to get somebody to read the third sentence. The goal of the third sentence is to get somebody to reply and read the fourth sentence. And that's the way I look at it. It's just an effective copywriting exercise. So, I literally write emails as if I was trying to write a hook for a chapter of a book or a blog post. And the first sentence of a cold email that I'm reaching out to somebody that I can help is, "Hey, I noticed you guys aren't doing X," or "I noticed you don't have X, or Y," whatever it is. Whatever that is pointing to directly the issue that my company would be able to optimize, right? So give me an example of, so what does Lean Startup Machine do?
For larger companies, we can come in and do private workshops to help them set up innovation labs.
Got it. Okay, so maybe I would, let's say that I went on their Facebook page and I saw that they had like some innovation speaker come, or they, on a blog post or something, they did something around like innovation or corporate development. I would say, "Hey, I noticed you guys I saw your recent blog post and I noticed you guys are making an investment in digital innovation," and I would link to that blog post. And then I would go ahead and say something like, my company actually works with organizations just like yours to foster, to do innovative workshops in order that their employees can be more productive and creative. And that when you frame an email like that, instead of, "Hi, my name is this, here's a bunch of numbers and things that aren't important," all of a sudden it seems like it's a much more conversational thing. It seems like I just happened to be walking by your blog and saw that you guys are doing this, and hey, what the hell, I'll figure out, reach out and see if you're interested in talking. That's much more of an, as a matter of fact, conversation than the 50 other cold emails and LinkedIn messages that this person is getting that says, "Hi, my name is." And what happens is when you write emails like that, it's a trigger that sets off that people say like, oh, this is a cold email from some sales guy, delete, not even gonna read. So you need to remove yourself from that bucket by using different languages. So like an example on a cold call is that when somebody cold calls me at my house and they say, hi, my name is this from this company, I immediately, my brain goes into, this is a cold call, I'm not listening, how can I get off as fast as possible while still seeming polite? And that's the mindset that I go into. And this person, by saying those words, has created a trigger that propagates certain action. And so I think the same thing exists when we write emails. People see this and they go, oh, this is a cold email sales guy that doesn't know me. Yeah, delete, not worth my time. So you need to remove yourself from that by talking a different way.
Totally. So, you're a really busy guy, you probably get tons and tons of emails, right? So can you talk a little bit about how you handle like is it appropriate, I guess, like let's say you get an email from someone, is it ever appropriate to like maybe hand it off to someone else, maybe your intern, your assistant, or another person in your office, or maybe just flat out say, no, I can't help you? Like, how do you go about kind of politely saying, sorry, I'm just way too busy to talk to you, basically?
So, it depends on context, but yes, I'll delegate. I'll also put up barriers. I'll put up obstacles. So, for example, a lot of people will say like, hey, I want to get on a phone call and talk about your API from my bullcrap startup that won't be around in 4 months. And I'll ask them to fill out 3 questions. And 9 out of 10 people don't want to fill out the questions, and they're just looking to suck my time. So I weed those people out by putting up an obstacle. Somebody asks me, hey, I want to get into biz dev. Can we get together for coffee? I'll say, read these 3 blog posts and give me responses about what you thought of them. 9 out of 10 people don't do it. So I'm constantly putting up obstacles that weeds out people that are serious from people that are not serious and just time takers. And that's a really effective time management strategy to deal with a bombardment of inbound requests in any asset. Figure out some type of obstacle that qualified leads will actually do and ask them to do it. And then that's how you isolate who you're actually going to spend your time with.
Hi, so in a cold phone call, how do you not say your name? The first sentence, how do you not say your name and that you're from a single platform? And how do you say,
So I say Scott Britton from single platform here. And it's literally as small as saying I'm accomplishing the same thing, except I'm not saying hi, my name is. And then I immediately engage him in a question. Say, I was hoping maybe you could help me out. Pause. And then all of a sudden, now they're putting their ear close to the phone, and they say, yeah? Or, sure, how can I help? And all of a sudden, I've now engaged them in a dialogue instead of, just robotically spitting off my spiel and hoping that they listen, while they politely think, how can I get off this freaking phone call without seeming like a douche?
That's brilliant, because like in an email, you obviously don't have to say that the first sentence because it's your signature, right? You can literally just lean into a very lean, creative first sentence. You can't do that with the phone. So
I also think generally, like, I try to calibrate my voice and tone like somebody you want to do business with, right? Like, you have to, like, people do business with people they like. People want to get on calls, people they think are interesting or funny or lively. So we get on the phone, I intentionally ham it up in terms of like how I try to sound. Like I'll be like, hey, Scott Britton from single platform here. Hey, I was hoping you could help me out. Like I will sound like I just walked out of a sweaty burrito shop and I'm really struggling. And that's incredibly humanizing, which makes people more likely to respond because I don't seem like you're a row on a spreadsheet. You seem like legitimately you're the one person that I call because I have this thing that I need your help with. And that's just a much more effective way than, hi, my name is Scott Britton. Is the director of marketing there, like, just not the way to go.
So I have a quick question for you guys. What are some of the challenges that you guys have faced, or some of the harder parts about writing cold emails or getting responses? Go for it.
As far as life hacks go, what do you do? Like when you just have a big list of people to email and people to contact, and you're just going back and forth from that over and over again all day for emails. What do you do to not just get self-burnt out on that? Because that's kind of what I did today, and I'm pretty burnt out right now.
So are you leveraging like canned responses and templates?
Well, I wasn't doing so much what you said before. Hi, I'm saying like saying that.
Well, but I'm saying like, are you retyping the email over and over again?
Now I'm switching things up a little bit. It's kind of like the same form, but I'm trying to at least tweak it a little bit.
Yeah. So I think in general, when I like have to do a mundane task that I have to do over and over again, I'll just like schedule and batch the task. So like, for example, if you're gonna cold call or cold email and you don't want to do it, what happens is you're gonna pick more low resistance tasks and do those first and find excuses not to do the thing you don't really want to do. So you just gotta schedule like a 3-hour block and be like, all I'm gonna do is cold email for this. I'm just gonna send out emails, or I'm just gonna cold call. And then you just go ahead and execute it during that time, and then you give yourself permission to take a break and do something else. And that's, for me, when I have to do something really hard, that's like the scheduling and just like, I'm gonna bear down for X amount of time, then I'm gonna reward myself after with a break or doing something else, or a hunkin, whatever it is. I think like that's an effective way to get through like mundane and or really hard challenging tasks. Because a lot of times what happens, I know for myself, I have something I don't want to do, I'll find other things to do that aren't as important, I'll self-justify why I should do those, and then eventually what happens is I won't actually end up doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. Which is why I have to schedule it. It's not on the schedule, it's not real.
I did Alex Towns online with class in that. He said that you really have to get used and comfortable with being rejected. So have you got any tips on how to build up your resistance to that?
So, yeah, definitely. So I'm like obsessed with overcoming rejection. I think that the only way to really overcome it is a couple things. Detach yourself from the outcome, and doing that by again realizing that they're not judging you, they're judging what you said. They're judging what you did. So they're judging the email you wrote. They're not judging your company. Because how can somebody know all about all the wonders of your company or who you are as a person in 3 or 4 sentences, right? So one, detach yourself from the outcome. And then secondly, I think in general, like a really effective practice is to, in all aspects of your life, to put yourself, be intentional about getting outside your comfort zone and building up the rejection tolerance muscle. So I always ask for more meat every time I go to Chipotle. Like, I approach random people on the street that I think are attractive. I write an insane amount of I will cold email people. This is taking like years of practice, but like it's just about like working the rejection muscle. And it's just about just getting comfortable of just putting yourself out there over and over and over again, and then seeing the rejection happen and being like, whoa, I'm okay. I'm still here. It's all good. I've survived. And then that cognizance over and over again allows you to continue to build that to a point where all of a sudden this thing that you used to be afraid of is now just something that you do. I don't know if that was a good answer.
Yeah.
But I think like just being really intentional about doing that thing that scares you is just the best way to overcome it. And I also think another great thing too is to find somebody to model yourself off to and off of something that you're scared of and see them do it in action. So like if you think that if you're scared of say make a cold call, go find somebody that cold calls all day and just watch them do it. And be like, whoa, like this is someone just like me doing this thing that scared the crap out of me. And they're alive and breathing, and they're about to go to Chipotle and ask for more meat. Like, that is a very empowering thing. Also, accountability partners. So if you have something that you're scared of doing and you feel like you're not going to do it, find somebody that's battling with the same issue and or just generally cares about you as a person, and have them keep you accountable. So maybe you don't like the fact that you send 10 emails a day and no one responds. Have that report at the end of every day to one person in your life that you've decided you want to be your accountability partner, and say, hey, I'm going to send 10 emails a day. I'm going to send you an email at the end of the day verifying that I did that. Is that cool? And all of a sudden, now that you have this other person who's potentially judging you if you don't accomplish this task, you're more likely to do it because you're afraid of disappointing somebody who is in your life and has a certain opinion.
Follow-up question. So, I usually make calls and then I'll send an email, and it's like, what is that next step? Sometimes those emails, I swear, go to a wasteland. I don't know. We had this nice 20-minute chat, and it's like, shoot, what is the best way to then go there?
So is the question if somebody goes cold on you?
Yes.
Okay, so my
Yes.
favorite tactic for when somebody goes cold on me, that I had a conversation with, it was all hugs and kisses.
Connected, yes.
And then they just go cold on me. What I like to do is blame myself
Okay.
for the miscommunication gap. And what happens is when you blame yourself, that person will come out and tell you what's really going on. So I had a great call with somebody. They didn't get back to me. I emailed them again. They didn't get back to me. I left them a really sweet voice message. They didn't get back to me. And I'm like, this person's intentionally avoiding me. What I'll then do is send me like, hey, I don't know where we got off the wrong foot, but I just want to apologize for the gap in miscommunication. I don't know where somewhere along the way I led you astray or said something that might have offended you, but I just want to let you know that I really want to help you however I can, and I apologize for whatever miscommunication gap. All of a sudden, this person is like, wait, no, it's not you. So like our VP of marketing left, and now I have to find this new person, and actually we still are interested, but I just not interested right now, I just didn't know how to respond.
Yeah.
And they'll come forward and they'll say exactly why they didn't get back to you.
Right.
Because you've effectively taken the blame for something that they know was their fault, and thus they'll actually go ahead and elicit the information.
Yeah.
So I'll do things like that. Other things that you can do is mention other positive instances of results. Just hey, just want to send you an email about this awesome thing we did. No response necessary, but we're clearly kicking ass, and everybody's having a party over here except you. Or you can do things like find a way to bring to the forefront that you're working with a competitor in a non-abrasive way.
Correct. Yeah.
So a way to do that is so I'll call someone, or I'll send someone an email hey, just want to let you know, I just want to let you know that in 2 weeks we're going live with competitor Y, and I just wanted you to hear from me and not read it somewhere else. And because I care about this relationship, and I want to make sure that you know that I have your best interest in mind or something. And all of a sudden it's oh, this guy's being a good guy. He's telling me about, he's keeping me in the loop about the competitors. In reality, I'm just trying to get you to move.
Right.
But that's an effective tactic as well.
What would the subject of that email be? I guess in general, are there any awesome subjects that you want to
The apologies,
No,
So-
if you lost touch with someone, right? And you think they're intentionally ignoring you.
Reconnecting.
Reconnecting, yeah.
Yeah, I always try to make the subject lines. So the way that I think about email subject lines, the longer somebody has to figure out why I'm emailing them, the more work it is for them. The more work it is for them, the less likely they'll respond. So I just like to be incredibly direct. I don't want it to be a guessing game. I'm not playing hard to get on email. Like, listen, like, I just want you to know why I'm emailing you, and it's and not to be like, you know, inverted push-ups for you to figure out like what I'm
You
trying
ever
to
like ask a question in the subject?
I used to. I've kind of gotten away from that because I think it seems hokey. But yeah, because what happens is I start to notice like patterns. For example, a pattern is everyone who emails me on LinkedIn is typically never somebody that I want to do business with. It's always recruiters, people trying to sell me crap, like random guys from Indonesia. There's never anybody that's like really legit emailing me on LinkedIn. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to put myself in that bucket, so I'm never going to LinkedIn message somebody if I don't have to. Same goes with question emails. Do you want to make more money on your online course? Do you want to do this? It's like everyone who's emailing me questions was like some online marketer's skis bag. So I was like, I don't want to put myself in that bucket. So, you know, you can think of it as like maybe somebody with purple hair or like highlighter orange hair is an awesome person, but like if everyone that you've ever met with orange highlighter hair is like crazy death metal music person, like that's all that person has to judge you on, thus you're gonna be put in that bucket.